All right, so this is being filmed for the Montana Arts Council, and Valentina LaPier here is an artist out of East Glacier Park in Montana, who does Native American art with Parfleche, and it's going to talk to us about like the process that goes into making Parfleche art.
Thank you. Okay, that's hello in Blackfeet. And I received a grant from the Montana Arts Council, which I am very grateful for. So I'm able to do this large project of Parfleches, new and old style. So let me show you some of the stuff. I take the hide and I soak it. And I've been going down to the river, down to the Two Medicine, and I stake it out and put it in the water. And it takes about an hour to 2 hours, depending upon the thickness of the hide, to get it real soft. And then I bring it home and I put it on a large board and I tack it down. And then I put a heavy wool blanket that's soaked in water over the top of that so the hide doesn't dry out while I'm working on it. I start out by, I already have my designs drawn, and so I go ahead and I copy those, and I use a template to do different sizes of boxes and envelopes, cylinders, and that. So I go ahead and I draw those on, usually with a black or a brown paint. I have special paint that is pigment, and I believe it's mixed with hide glue, and it's very hard, and it goes a long ways. And when you draw it onto the wet hide, it becomes permanent. They're not ever going to wash off, and they're going to stay as brilliant as the day they were made. So I draw them out. Everything has to be outlined. That's one of the things about Parfleche, making Parfleche, is all your designs need to be outlined. Then after that, I finish up all my designs on the hide. Then I take it inside to my large studio and I let it sit there for about 3 to 4 days and let it dry. And then after it's completely dry, then I go in and I cut it, all these patterns out. Now what I started doing, my hands were getting really tired using tin snips or scissors, and I just couldn't cut them very good. My hands are getting old. So, but I found out that I could use a tool that has a blade on it and it vibrates, and I could just run that tool right down the lines and cut them out just like a knife through hot butter. It's great. So that's the evolution of that. So I wanted to show you, these are Blackfeet designs. This is a Sioux design inside of that. This is going to be a box. Here's another one. This is a Blackfeet design, and but I use my own colors. This purple is not traditional, but I was really lucky enough to get it in the paints that I got. Here's one that is more traditional. So you see this flap up here? That gets to go over the edge of the front of the box. This here is a food envelope, and it opens like this. And then there's parts in there that fold in. And this is what we used to carry our mostly food and possessions. And I over measured, and I really kind of like it like that because you can always make it bigger. Could I get that in that cylinder?
Absolutely. While I'm grabbing this for her, I'm sure you heard it in the background that there was a dog. Her owner came home and she was all excited, so that's where that came from.
Now this is a cylinder, and it's wonderful. This is really thick hide. It's a bull hide, bull elk, excuse me, and it was very hard to form. Once it's dry, I could not bend the edges, like this and sew them. So I had to do, it's an oval, but to put this in here, this is brain tan hide. It's deer, and yeah, this is a traditional Blackfeet design, and I love the weight and the feel, and I love that the bottoms and the tops fit so good together. They're just snug where they fit in there. Then I want to show you these. This is another large cylinder, but it doesn't have the side fringe. These are small envelopes with the wool and the brain tan, and they open, and you can and are very usable. And these were the smaller ones. I make bigger ones, which I haven't put them together yet. Now these are real small ones that you don't see in the old traditional stuff. But I think I really like this size. Men like to put their business cards in them. And this here is another one with that wool and the designs. Now, I like to do front and back. So Parfleche came to us probably during first contact, because cutting the hide is very, very hard, and we needed metal knives to do that. I'm sure that some of them earlier were cut with what's the glass? Obsidian, and that's still very, very difficult to do. You have to score and score and score, but that's the kind of work we did. And this was women's work. Women did all the Parfleche. And most of them were done staked to the ground, at least in the Blackfeet. Some were done on rails, and tied and pulled and then painted on those. Those would probably be easier, but were a smaller hide. And but the knife and then the burning, that's how we make the holes in the hide, is burning them. They probably a long time ago used wooden sticks that were put into the fire and they were hot. I use a wood burning tool, and it pops them really fast. I really enjoy that. They stink though. And like I say, I'm very, very grateful for the Montana Arts Council. I have learned so much in this process, and I tried to keep most of my buying of product on our reservation. I kind of depleted some of my resources, so I've had to go outside the reservation, but still what I'm buying is the old style, the old brain tan hide. And so I've been really blessed with this project. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. And by the way, this is like what it looks like when it's in its more raw form before it's been turned into art.